Aloha Capricorn, and welcome to your tarot reading for the week of August 10th through the 17th. Before we dive into your reading, if you would like to get a personal reading with me, you can always go to themagicsiren.com. I have the updated promo code for August down in the description box below. You'll also find the link to our Patreon. We post almost every day over there. We have a ton of fun, so go and check it out. We also have a weekly podcast called The Siren Circle. Every Sunday we dive deep into a new topic, so I hope to see you there this Sunday. With all that being said, let's go ahead and dive into your reading for the week. We're going to start with the overall theme or vibe. We'll move into any potential obstacles or challenges. Then we'll shuffle to see how we can overcome those challenges. We'll get any extra messages that Universe and Spirit might have for you. And then we're actually going to do a little bonus affirmation. Everybody seemed to really love the affirmation cards for the August readings. So if you missed your August forecast, definitely go check that out. But we're going to do an affirmation for this upcoming week at the end of the video. So make sure you hang out so you can get your affirmation. We have our love oracles. We have our general oracles. We're going to go ahead and dive right into it. Let's see what's coming in terms of love, emotions, and relationships for all of you Capricorn friends for this week, August 10th through the 17th. Make sure you're watching your sun, moon, and rising sign so you can get a nice overview of what's going on this week. We have keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. I actually like this card a lot because this is not just in love of keeping an open mind. This is in life. Keeping an open mind. There might be some projects that you really wanted to go one way, but if we can open up and just keep an open mind, maybe you'll see that there's a much easier way or a much different path to get to that same ultimate goal that you're looking for. For those of you that are potentially looking for love, this is that card that says give somebody a chance that maybe you wouldn't. You might be pleasantly surprised. This can also be if you are in a relationship to just give a new idea a chance. Maybe there is a date night that your partner came up with and you're not quite sure if you're going to have fun. Give it a shot. You might be surprised. This is that card that's essentially just saying keep an open mind in all aspects of your life this week in terms of love, your projects, your spirituality, life as a whole. Let's go ahead and get our general oracle, see what else can be added for the overall theme and vibe for this week. We have let go, walk away from a situation or to resolve it. This can also just be letting go of the need to potentially have things go a certain way. When you see the open mind card plus this let go together, like I mentioned earlier as that example, like maybe you have a project and you really wanted to launch your project on August 1st, but it didn't work out that way. And now you're getting a little bit frustrated because you're like, I didn't get to launch this on October 1st or August 1st or whatever. There's this energy of like, let go of the idea that it has to happen in this particular way in order for you to be successful, because I think there's a lot of other ways and avenues to get to that same success that you truly want. This also just represents letting go things from the past that are really just kind of dead weight at this point. If there is a situation in your life that maybe you are kind of going back and forth on, if there's something in your life that you just feel you're not quite sure about, let it go. Just let all of it go this week. This is that energy and time or opportunity to kind of get a fresh, clean slate, a clean start, and just keep an open mind for what's to come by letting go of all those things. Let's go ahead and see what Tarot has to add to the messages for this week. I'm curious to see what comes out. We're going to ask Tarot for the overall theme and vibe, the messages that come from this deck. You have the Emperor in reversal. Again, energy of letting go. I almost kind of feel like this is and there's another card in this oracle deck that talks about like letting go of control issues, and I don't necessarily like using the word control issues because sometimes it sounds like it's like a problem that we have, but this does kind of give an energy this week of saying like don't feel the need to control everything so intently. If there's something that you want, you can get that same thing in multiple different ways. It doesn't have to just be the way that you're thinking on how to get it right now. There really is this energy of like opening up and allowing yourself to kind of go outside the box, allow things to, unfold a little bit more naturally, and maybe just let go of this idea that it has to be this way or no way. The Emperor in the upright is very much the energy of leadership and authority and moving forward with that sort of calculated motion and energy. And it works. It really works when it's in the upright. But when it's in the reversal, it's like there is this sort of vibe of doing things in that very structured, authoritative way is just not going to work for you this week, Capricorn. If you would like to have some forward movement this week, definitely let go of that. Also, to this Emperor being in reversal, for those of you that are in current romantic relationships or looking for a romantic relationship, that definitely is going hand in hand with keep an open mind. I think your usual type, or the type of people that maybe you used to date in the past, has already proved to you that that's not going to work for you anymore. So try dating somebody new, okay? Let's go ahead and see what the potential obstacle or challenge is for this week. We have the Ten of Pentacles in reversal. You're so focused on success. You're so focused on growth, and you do have some sort of plan. I think a lot of the times with all of you earth signs, there is that energy of like you are fairly grounded in what you want. I think you get a pretty good idea of how you would like to get certain places, and you know how to bring your dreams down into reality. But I think there's just such a heavy focus on being successful and having that level up and getting the financial gain and all that sort of energy that I think we are missing out on opportunities to get there more quickly, easier, smarter, not harder, okay? The Ten of Pentacles in the upright, I've recently been saying this analogy of like, this is like a plant, a house plant, where all the flowers are in bloom. You know how you have those like really beautiful potted plants where there's a ton of little flowers on them? And it's like all year long, you're watering that plant, you're pruning out the dead leaves, you might give it some fertilizer here and there, and then all the little buds come out on the plant. And when they all bloom, it's like that moment of Ten of Pentacles. Like everything is blooming in our life. Right now, you're at this space where you're trying to prune away some of those dead leaves. You're trying to nurture your project, your idea, your relationship, your own journey, and maybe there is this energy of just allowing things to maybe grow a little bit on their own. It doesn't necessarily have to be so structured. Again, I think you're so focused on success and so focused on that moment of having everything in full bloom that you might suffocate it. So try not to suffocate your dreams, your projects, your relationships, ideas before they hit full bloom. Let's go ahead and get how we're going to overcome the obstacle or challenge. Ace of Swords. This is exploring other ideas, exploring new ways of communicating, allowing yourself to, again, think outside the box, work outside the box. The Ace of Swords is the new or the first of a new cycle when it comes to the sword energy, and that's all about communications, ideas, analytics, and logics, right? So if we're talking about, letting go of this idea of having things to go just one specific way, this is a great week if you allow yourself to take a step back for you to come up with some new ideas to be able to get to that moment of full bloom or ultimate success, maybe without having to do all those steps that you were planning. This also can represent new communication. So there might be some people here that you network with this week. Don't be afraid to reach out, have those conversations, share ideas. A lot of the times the Ace of Swords will also say that, there are maybe a conversation or two this week that might lead you to an opportunity for full bloom, Ten of Pentacles, so I like that. So the way that we're going to overcome the challenge of being so hyper-focused on the success is rolling back a little bit, being in the present moment, and not being afraid to think outside the box. Not being afraid to explore a fresh idea that randomly comes to us. You might have a light bulb moment. Don't ignore that because it doesn't fit in the schedule or the boxes that you've created for whatever this is. Again, whether it's a relationship, a job, a project, or multiple different things in your life. Allow yourself to explore those new ideas. Let's get any extra messages that Universe and Spirit have for you this week. I think this week is going to be a week where you really kind of learn that sometimes giving space to your projects, to your relationships, things of that nature, can actually be beneficial. You have the Two of Pentacles flip in the deck. You also have the Seven of Swords in reversal. The Two of Pentacles, as an extra message here, really does say that maybe you are juggling a lot. Maybe it does feel like you're trying to work hard so you can play hard. You're trying to get all these things done. But the Two of Pentacles does come out with a slight warning underneath that card saying you won't be able to juggle everything forever. At some point you're going to have to take a little rest here. This is like burning the candle at both ends. It's like, yeah, I'm killing it right now. I'm doing everything I need to do. But there is that slight warning, by the end of the week, you might feel burnout. So make sure you pace yourself this week. Again, we don't have to hit the pavement running. You've planted a lot of seeds. You've done a lot of hard work already. You've laid a foundation. Allow some of those things to kind of start growing on their own. Give some space. Give it room, again, to bloom. Then you also have the Seven of Swords in reversal. I think some of you might still be focused on things that happened in the past where there was maybe some deceptive or sneaky saying energy. Also, too, when we talk about the Seven of Swords in our own life, this is that figuring out a way to how can we get more by doing less, okay? And this is a reversal, which is like you're not allowing yourself to maybe think outside the box. I think the big message for you, Capricorn, this week is allow yourself to think outside the box. Allow yourself to work outside the box. things do not have to go strictly to that plan that you created a month ago, 3 months ago, a year ago, whatever it is. It doesn't have to go step by that particular plan. There are a lot of different ways that you can get to the same solution, the same goal. It doesn't have to be exactly how you saw it. So keep an open mind this week. Let go of anything that's no longer serving you. Let go of the idea or need to have such strict authority or plan on your life. Know that the full bloom is coming and allow yourself to think outside the box this week. Let's go ahead and get your affirmation. I think that this is a really great reading for you, especially if you are trying to build something in your life, whether it is building a relationship, building a business, or even just like building a community. Let's go ahead and get your affirmation for the week. This is going to be an affirmation you can use every day for this upcoming week. We have, I have the power to change my destiny. You do have the power to change your destiny. Try your best not to overthink that. Try your best not to overthink the fact that you ultimately are the creator of your reality. You have the power to change your destiny, but it doesn't have to be so strict and rigid. The power can simply be, I'm going to allow things to unfold naturally in my life, and until then, I'm going to keep showing up. I'm going to think outside the box, and I'm going to figure out how I'm going to work smarter, not harder. Take a screenshot of this. Try to say this at least once a day for this week of August 10th through the 17th. I have the power to change my destiny. Because I think what might happen is you might hit a couple of roadblocks this week, Capricorn, where it feels like maybe you want to give up. It feels like maybe you're not going to get there. It feels like, I wasn't able to do this at this timeline. Now I don't even want to do it. But there is that energy of like, take a deep breath. Remember that you have the power to change your destiny and keep moving forward. All those seeds that you planted, the foundation that you really went in and repaired and did all that work for the last couple of months, trust it. Trust that those seeds that you planted are growing and really good things are coming in for you. You just don't have to suffocate it. Give it a little bit of room to breathe. If you're still watching this video and you haven't liked it yet, consider liking this video. Consider subscribing to the channel. It's free for you. We want to make friends. Come join our Ohana. We absolutely have fun making new friends here. Like I mentioned earlier, if you would like to get a personal reading with me, you can always go to themagicsyra.com. I'm leaving all that information down in the description box below. With all that being said, I'm going to let you get back to your day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you again next week. Aloha.